Maybe my favorite move of the day, though, Logan, was the Oklahoma City Thunder picking up Gordon Hayward in exchange for Trey Mann and Davis Bertans. What was your take on that move?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the move too, Carson. And what I think it really brings to Oklahoma City and what a lot of teams were searching for at the deadline is players who are versatile, who are multifaceted, who give you a different look than the other skill sets of your guys. And what I mean by that is take a guy like Josh Giddey, who can't really score the basketball, can't really defend, doesn't really have anything outside of his passing, right? Gordon Hayward is a great connecting piece. He can shoot. He makes good decisions. You know, he's going to get the ball where it needs to go. He's going to rebound well. He's going to do little things, right? He gives you a different look on the wings than a guy like Lou Dort, who is completely inept offensively, but brings you that defensive value, right? So just, it brings you another guy with a...
Lou Dort has had that strap on him this year.
I remain skeptical about the consistency.
You can't call him inept. Can't call him inept.
I won't call him inept. He's shooting well, but I'm still a little scarred from Lou Dort from his rookie season. That being said, though, Hayward gives you a different look. Dort is going to be your guy that takes on those big wings in the playoffs, but in certain matchups where you don't need him, Hayward brings you a lot more offensive ball handling, shooting, playmaking. He's going to rebound well. Like, he's going to do the little things. He's a really good connecting piece. And outside of the skill set, I just like that Oklahoma City has brought in another veteran presence in here, an older guy with experience with the young guys. I like it. Like I said, for a lot of these teams, it's about getting guys who are complementary, who bring different skill sets to your team than you already have. And I think Hayward does that. He's a really versatile wing. He's a veteran presence. I like the move for OKC, and I don't think they gave up a whole lot. Like, I'm a big Trey Mann guy, but it's not like he's cracking the rotation. It's not like they really need him right here, right now. Same goes for Bertans. I like this move a lot for Oklahoma City.
The reason that I love this move is because it is such a direct upgrade. Like, ASU legend forks up Lou Dort. His job is safe because he just has a different skill set. He is consistently going to be your best point of attack defender, and as long as he is knocking down his jumpers, I mean, even if he wasn't, I don't think you can replace what he brings defensively, but as long as he's making, right now, 39% of those spot-up jumpers from deep, he's always going to have a place on the floor. This is a direct Josh Giddey replacement. They literally took Josh Giddey and said, what if he could actually shoot and what if he could actually score the basketball? And turns out that's actually a pretty good player. My whole thing with Giddey has always been people can become so enamored with one awesome trait. Giddey's passing is phenomenal. Hayward is not quite the level of passer that Giddey is. He's really good, but like Giddey is spectacular there. But to be a good NBA player, to make the most of that playmaking, you have to be able to stress defenses with your scoring. And if you are a minus athlete who can't shoot and can't defend, you just can't be that good. It doesn't matter how awesome your passing is. So Hayward changes that dynamic because Giddey, dude, has been a walking playoff liability waiting to happen. It is going to get ugly if you play him 30 minutes a game in a playoff series. Teams are just going to ignore him. And then all of a sudden you're basically playing 4-on-5 because they'll leave Giddey in the weak side corner and he won't be able to beat them with his shooting. And he just will not bring enough value in a playoff environment to me for the number of minutes that you're giving him. Hayward is a guy who fits in perfectly with the OKC identity. The only exception really being that he's an actual veteran. All these other guys are so young, but they love having versatile wings who can handle, who can run pick and roll, who can drive and kick, who can push the tempo, who can both score and play make. And Gordon Hayward can do all of that. He's still good. He's still legitimately good. He still has that awesome touch shot making over 50% on floaters. I still love the pace that he plays without a pick and roll. The playmaking is really legit. He can play away from the ball, and he's going to actually knock down shots. So he just makes them a more serious basketball team to me in the playoffs, as long as he is healthy. And that, of course, is the inevitable concern with Gordon Hayward. How many years have we seen him healthy in recent seasons? Not a lot. He is basically guaranteed to miss close to half the year. But in that case, all right, well, you're still putting Josh Giddey out there. You've traded a guy in Trey Mann who has just kind of gotten shoved to the back of this hierarchy where you are so overloaded with young talent. He didn't have a place in terms of meaningful impact this year. Gordon Hayward absolutely does. He is an upgrade from a starter. So I really, really like it for OKC. And for the Hornets, why wouldn't they do something like this?
Yeah.
Like Trey Mann, he's got some pop as a shot maker, dude. He's got that wiggle to his game. He's got that handle. He can shoot from deep. He just hasn't had the chance to really show it in OKC, and I'm not overwhelmingly confident in him, but Gordon Hayward is doing nothing for the Hornets, and I like them taking a decisive change in direction.
I concur, and analytically, the Thunder are 6 points worse per 100 possessions with Giddey on the floor, and the Hornets have been 7 points per 100 possessions better with Gordon Hayward on the floor. Like you said it, Carson, the playmaking's cool, but it's way more conducive to winning basketball to have an over-the-top shot maker that has to be respected, a guy that, like I said, is going to connect this offense. Gordon Hayward is going to make good decision after good decision. I think it's a great move for them, and for the Hornets, I like Tre Mann a lot. I liked him a ton coming out of Florida in the draft, and I was excited for Oklahoma City to get him because I thought he'd pop. Like you said, not a whole lot of risk here for Charlotte. I do think they're kind of overloaded with, like, they got Nick Smith Jr., they got Tre Mann. They're kind of in the similar mold, but I do like Tre more. He's got that floater game. Any guy with a floater that can hit it from the elbow and in, man, I'm just enamored with. So I love this for Charlotte. It's mutually beneficial, and I like obviously I think the Thunder win. They get the better player, but I like Tre Mann's future. I think he's got some real upside, man. I like Tre Mann a lot.
Good for the Hornets to at least get something out of a veteran who hasn't even consistently been available for them. Giddey, one of the least efficient 10-point per game scorers in the league this year. He may be a slob wizard, but it's going to get ugly come playoff time. I thought that Hoop Venue did a really good video breaking down kind of how he would look in a playoff environment. Played against the Timberwolves, put Gobert on him, just leave him. Like, that's what teams can do. They can put their rim protector on him and allow that guy to still anchor the paint, and Giddey's just not going to be able to punish them. Gordon Hayward's a 40% spot-up shooter from deep, so it just really changes the dynamics there. Not to mention that he's been in those environments before, and it helps to have a little bit more experience for a team that is so young.